Hello everyone, welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Now, I have another video for you all today. So, the match reaction that I did today, 5 minutes long, I thought that was not enough. That wasn't enough content to just show how much I love you. We're almost at 80 subscribers, so we just need one more subscriber. So if you could please just share the channel, that'd be sick. We're trying to grow and get to 50 million subscribers. 50 million Bayern fans around the world. That would be sick and insane. If we can reach 50 million subscribers in 2 days, I'm doing a giveaway of $50 million. Insane. Never happening. So, is David Alaba, a la boom, a la big man at the back, is he the best center back in the world? Now, obviously the tag right here says, is Alaba a top 5 center back? He is, obviously, but is he the best in the world? Is he the best in the business? I think I haven't given Alaba enough praise on this channel because he's a player that's flown under the radar. Let's be completely real. Alaba has flown under the radar of most Bayern fans, as well as a lot of you guys. A lot of people haven't realized just how important Alaba has been for us. And I'm one of them, and I'm sorry. David Alaba, you are a fantastic servant to this club. You know, I even said, Alaba, for me, his position is center back. It's clear. He's such a composed leader. He's not afraid to get stuck in. He's very strong. And for a guy who's only 5'11", he's actually quite decent in the air. So I'm going to read off Alaba's strengths: holding onto the ball, passing, direct free kicks, dribbling. We all know, a la boom. When we hear it, we just think of the free kicks. But whenever he's played center back for us, central defender, he's been emphatic. Especially when he's progressing the ball from his position. Like, he'll just step in, progress the ball halfway across the pitch, and then the passes, people don't realize just how good these passes are, right? He zooms a pass into midfield into Thiago, and he zooms a pass into the feet of Müller, zooms a pass into the feet of Gnabry or Lewandowski. And that's what makes us so much, because of Alaba and Boateng and their movement of the ball, Bayern is so much more fluid. And the revived Alaba as center back is exactly what we've been lacking, right? Niklas Süle injured, so he couldn't do that, right? Where Süle would always step in and make a last-minute pass, break inch perfect, and he'd get assists. He'd get the third assist from that. Alaba is starting to do that from the left center back position. Him and Davies have a great understanding where when Davies pushes, and his pace, right? When Davies pushes up, Alaba covers him like he's a little kid. And that is so adorable to see. That's what I want from my center back. Now, in terms of his defensive stats, Alaba is only making 1.1 tackles per game with 0.9 interceptions. But it's usually his offensive that you're looking at. He has 2 goals this season with 1 assist. I'm probably thinking of, but he has a very high passing completion rate. Not only that, he has a decent amount of key passes per game, 0.9 key passes per game. That's just telling me that this guy is putting in very good passes in games. That means that a key pass is like a pass that's mega important before an action, a goal or an assist is taken. So that's a key pass. So it's usually the third pass, the second pass, or even the assist itself, or, you know, it could be the fourth pass. But it's the pass that breaks something or moves past certain players. I think the criteria is if it gets past a few players and then it goes to a player in a better position, that's considered a key pass. And if after a few actions, from your pass, the team moves to a better position, that's considered a key pass. So Alaba's key, he's putting in 1 pass every game that could be potentially giving us assists and giving us goals. That's just something that you have to really think about that. But he has 1 assist so far this season. Through balls, long balls, 4.5 per game, and they're usually very accurate. Where we didn't have this. We never had this. Where usually we only had Hummels and Jerome Boateng, both right-footers, who would always try to get that ball to Alaba, right? Or if they did get it to Kimmich, it'd be kind of swiveled into Kimmich and it'd be harder to control. But Alaba zooms it across the pitch, makes it easier for anyone to control it, which is why you see Sudge's output and Sedge's liveliness. It just, football just works so differently with just these little things, and that's what Alaba brings. He brings detail to our game, right? He brings a bit more technique, and he brings sauce to the game. That's what I love about Alaba. He keeps the game very, very simple, right? He's not trying to dribble past three players, but he's doing the stupid thing where I think he's trying to show Davies, I can get your position. Like, he just starts bombing forward for no reason from left center back, and then he just puts a cross in. Like, you saw it today, right? Alaba can do that, and I have to laud this guy because he's so composed on the ball. It's like he's natural at everything. That's what real world-class talent does. He's experienced. This guy won a Champions League when he was 21. Was it 21? Alaba won a Champions League, or was he 20? I don't know. I think he was 20. Alaba won a Champions League starting in the final at such a young age. I think that experience, that one experience, and the Champions League semi-final experiences, he knows the his way around Europe. He's 27, man. That's crazy. Alaba's only 27. He's not turning 28 anytime soon. But what I love about him is just he's so experienced. He doesn't look immature. Decision making is always on point. Him and Davies work so well. Him and Boateng work so well. Him and Lucas Hernandez, I'm not sure about that one. I don't know about Lucas Hernandez replacing Alaba because you'll have to step up. I was looking at a stat the other day, and Alaba is literally levels above Virgil van Dijk, Varane in terms of ball progression, right? So that means when the ball's at Alaba's feet, he's the best center back in the world in terms of progressing the ball into better areas. It's not just about passing it. I could have a 99% passing completion rate as long as my passes are just sideways to easy passes. Alaba actually tries the line breaking passes. That's what I love about Alaba. He'll take the risk and he'll take the blame if the risk doesn't pay off, right? He doesn't look like a player that hides. He wants the ball. He's always ready to go and get the game and take responsibility, and that's what I love about Alaba, right? So he has those line breaking passes, ball progression, super important, right? And you talk about crosses, well, not crosses, just passing. He's one of the best passers of the ball as a center back. Van Dijk could put a perfect ball in, but did you see the ball? Was it Alaba? Yes, Alaba put in for Coutinho. Was it him? Yes, it was him, and Coutinho chirped the goalkeeper. That's a freaking sick ball, right? That's a sick ball. It gets right in front of Coutinho while he's running in, so that pass was well weighted, and the goalkeeper couldn't just come out because it was coming at a good pace, but not too much to the point where Coutinho himself couldn't control it. It just came at a perfect pace, and it was with that left foot, so it was just like that, and it was landed right where it needed to go. And Coutinho took one touch and in. That's what a center back does. And remember that goal Muller scored, where Alaba, from a center back position, a little bit higher past the halfway line, whipped it in, and Muller had a huge chance from it. Or no, actually, I think Muller got an assist from that with Lewandowski or Gnabry. I'm not sure, but that's what Alaba does. That's what he's bringing to us. He brings a little bit of that X factor. He brings something different. Whereas, when you have Boateng and Mats Hummels, they're natural center backs. Their thinking is to long ball, whip it over the top, try to get the ball, and yeah, that's what they do. But Alaba is like, I can cross it, I can do this, I can curl the ball so it reaches the player in this area, and he always passes into, he fizzes it into players. That's what I love about Alaba. He fizzes it. He doesn't just pass it to you like with one touch. He fizzes it into you, so you have to turn. So you have to have a good first touch, a touch that takes you away from the opponent. That's what I love about Alaba. And that relationship at the back with Boateng is so crucial, because Boateng, and especially Boateng, has been the player that I've been like, we can sell him. I would be still okay with selling Boateng, but I'd understand why we shouldn't, right? He's really revived Boateng by adding his pace and his experience alongside Boateng. Alaba has changed our whole defending, right? Everyone used to say, oh, Bayern's terrible at defending, but they're a good team going forward. Now it's like Bayern's an excellent defensive team. They won't concede that many goals, and in fact, they're actually incredibly good at defending and attacking at the same time. Hansi Flick has really changed our game. I mean, when you look at our defensive record before Hansi Flick and after Hansi Flick, we're conceding less goals per 90 while scoring more and acquiring more points per game. We're having more possession. We're also having better pass accuracy. We're having more shots per game, but also more quality shots per game. Actually, no, we're having less shots per game, but more quality shots per game. So it fixes itself out. So it means we're not shooting from dead areas. We're having more tackles. We're so much more intense. And David Alaba is the catalyst for this. He allows Davies to push forward because of his athleticism and pace. Alaba can recover, and that allows Davies to go up. It allows Boateng to kind of push up as well because he has the pace of Alaba to rely on. Now, Lucas Hernandez, if Lucas didn't get injured and stayed fit entire season, he's a better defender than Alaba. That's a guarantee. He's taller than Alaba. He's faster than Alaba. Or actually, they might be the same pace, but he's just a bit more BS than Alaba. He can BS his way through defending. So that if you're watching the video, make sure you leave a like if you enjoy David Alaba's performance. He's best center back of all time. David Beckenbauer, that's his name. David Alaba Beckenbauer. Oh my goodness. I think this guy is emphatic. So I'm trying to look for Bayern's. I'm trying to look for a little bit of stats about us. So, okay, our weaknesses: avoiding offside, we're weak at that, and stopping opponents from creating chances, very weak. So look, opponents still create chances against us, but what I've noticed is that it's not like we'll always concede chances. Liverpool do. Every team will concede chances. It's a football game, 11v11. It doesn't matter how dominant you want to be. You'll always concede a chance. There's always going to be an individual mistake. But I read these weaknesses under Niko Kovac. We were terrible at avoiding individual errors. We had so many mistakes in us, and we were conceding shots from inside the box and outside. Now it looks like we are so excellent at going forward and attacking, and also defending set pieces that, and also we play the offside trap. That is so crazy because of the pace of our defender. It's very nice to see because we usually catch a lot of players offside, but our defense pushes up. Alaba, so perfect. I mean, he almost played a few players in, actually, quite a few times. But I'm so happy for Alaba because left back last season, one of the best in the world, right? But the injuries happened to Lucas Hernandez and Niklas Süle. We didn't have a center back, and if we did, it was Boateng and Javi Martinez, so not enough pace. They put Alaba as center back, and then he just kind of took it as his own, and it's his position now. Alaba is our starting center back for every game. He can play right-sided center back. He's technically good on his left foot. Such a good player. But one thing Alaba has lost, though, he doesn't know how to take free kicks. I think he's forgotten how to take free kicks. That's the problem with all of this. He's forgotten. Whenever it looks like he's about to take a free kick now with his left, I'm like, he's lost half his techers because he plays center back now. But it's all good, you know. Actually, what I want to look at is Manchester City. So Manchester City. So Bayern compared to Man City, we have a few similarities, except City are actually really crap at defending, right? So City are weak at protecting the lead, so they're not good at protecting the lead, stopping opponents from creating chances. But our thing is, we don't stop them. But City are terrible at aerial duels, so they're just such a weird team, man. They don't play the offside trap like we do. I don't know. We're just so much of a better team than City. But before I want to look at Liverpool. That's the real benchmark if you want to be a team. I think we have the same style as Liverpool. We play so intense. Liverpool average 2.3 goals. We average 3.0. They average 59% possession. We average 63. They average an 84% pass completion. We average an 88. They average less shots per game, and also we average more the same tackles per game as Liverpool, and we average more dribbles. So you can tell we are so. Liverpool are a hard-working team, but so are we. So it's very nice to look at. And then we look here. Liverpool are weak at stopping opponents from creating chances. It's the exact same thing we have. So because they play the offside trap, you're always going to concede chances. Look at the game versus Watford. Any other game, Liverpool would probably defend a lot of those better. But just one mistake, they concede 3 goals. That's what we had versus Frankfurt. So Bayern strengths were great at protecting the lead, creating scoring chances. Liverpool, they're also great at creating scoring chances. We have more strengths than Liverpool. Liverpool, oh my goodness, we play the exact same non-aggressive offside trap style. It's kind of weird. I'm comparing Bayern with Liverpool because that's the club that I think we are close to the most. Our very weakness is we are terrible at avoiding offside. That's true. We always are offside. Lewandowski was born offside. And we are terrible at stopping opponents from creating scoring chances. And so are Liverpool. So Liverpool are just a grinding team. And when you look at aggression, we have the same amount of yellow cards and assists. MULLER, we are so similar to Liverpool. Ariel's 1, Pavard is up there, Lewandowski, Niklas Süle, Javi Martinez, Van Dijk is just 4.9. Lovren is behind Van Dijk. That's weird. That's really weird, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Highest rating for Liverpool, best player is Mane, and ours is Lewandowski, and behind him is Gnabry, who, oh my god, why am I reading this? But I don't know, man. We are so freaking good right now, and it's because of the players like Alaba. So yeah, that's why I just had to make this stream. Thank you everyone so much for watching. No one watched, but it's alright. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video, and peace. Mia san mia.